Hey there, I'm Dan Fitzpatrick at stockmarketmentor.com. It's Friday, October 4th, and I want to look at MicroStrategy today. I'm tired of looking at stuff that was a great trade yesterday or even today, stuff like that. So this is one that I think is setting up pretty nicely. As you know, well, first of all, earnings aren't an issue. They're not for a month away. And also, like, who the heck cares what MicroStrategy's earnings are? This is just a proxy for Bitcoin. This is a Bitcoin bank. So it really does trade a lot like Bitcoin, only guess what? You don't have to have a wallet other than the wallet that you put your money in. And a lot of people like this kind of thing. They like trading the ETFs like IBIT, stuff like that. I'll trade that, but I have at least for me, a pretty large stake in Bitcoin. That's what works for me. And that's what's working for everybody over at Crypto Market Mentor too. My sidekick, Scott McGregor, runs that site. And they're doing a hell of a job over there. Before I even get to this, I'll just invite you to check that out for a trial. See if you like it. The way Bitcoin and this other crypto market is starting to shape up, I think we're about ready for the next leg higher. So I'm going to look at MicroStrategy, then I'll pull in Bitcoin and then come back to this. So you can see how this level of about 180, and they had a 10-for-1 stock split, so it used to be like 1800, but you can see how this 180 level is pretty solid resistance here. And I would expect, just because this time is rarely different, I would expect that if this comes back up to test 180, it's going to struggle to get through. That's less than 3.5% above where it is right now. So I think you got to look at this as the ceiling, or put another way, if you buy it right now in anticipation of the breakout, you get an advantage of about 3%, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but you get an advantage of about 3% in return for taking the risk that this thing might not break out. And to me, that's not a really good risk reward, where if you do that, like, where do you sell? If the stock starts falling back, do you sell here 5 3/4 down? Do you sell down here? How do you manage your risk? I think in this kind of stock, where you've got this solid resistance level that's been happening for 6 months or whatever, you need to wait for confirmation that your theory is correct. And that is that my theory is, I think MicroStrategy is going to break through here. I just don't know if it's, I don't know if it's here, or if it's here, you know, what's going to happen. So you wait, be patient. Don't be eager to get in this trade, because right now, frankly, there is no trade. The trade's up here. The trade is up here if and when MicroStrategy breaks through. So now I'll pull Bitcoin into the situation here. And now we've got a stock that, or excuse me, a chart that has, I would say, one resistance line at $72,000, but we can also draw it this way and really just stretch this down between peaks, maybe start here and then bring it down like that, to find out what the best trend line is. And so as I look at this, I don't think Bitcoin needs to get clear up here in order to push MicroStrategy through. Frankly, I think if it got up to this level, about 65, something like that, about 65, maybe 66,000, which isn't too far away from where it is now, I think we could get Bitcoin to have a really nice pop. And excuse me, not Bitcoin, well, that too, but we could have MicroStrategy have a really, really nice pop. So I think you should just keep this on your radar. I'm setting an alert at 180. I think I'll also set it at 179 just for an early heads up. And this is a way that I can trade like this and say, okay, well, I don't have to be tempted to have a trade here by continuing to look at this chart and monitor it. I have a trading assistant. It's called my alert system. And if that trading alert system says, hey, Dan, you know, this is 179, you better look at this, I will. I'll get an early look at it. Or, hey, it's 180. Maybe even we'll do it this way in case I went to the bathroom. 181.50. So if the stock does break out and it gets up to 181.50, I'll get the heads up on that too. Because once this stock starts moving, I think you're going to see the next leg higher, and it's going to be an awesome one. So check this out. Also, do not forget to check out Crypto Market Mentor. I promise you, the money that you make is going to pay multiples of what the low subscription is. Okay. So I'm not really sure how you can rationalize not making that trade. All right. Look, that's all I got for you. Hope you all have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday.